The Americans had now taken Okinawa, and they had planned for an invasion of Japan in May of 1946. But one secretive project would change the war, well, to its downfall. And I'm of course talking about the Manhattan Project. Now, the Manhattan Project was basically America's version of British secrecy. They did not want any intelligence getting out to the fascists or the Imperial Japanese Army. If it did, well, it could have meant disaster. But during August of 1945, the Manhattan Project was launched. Now, YouTube, don't demonetize me. This is history, okay? You can, take this down in Japan, just please don't demonetize me. Anyway, the Manhattan Project was basically harnessing nuclear weapons. Now, they had come up with the atom bomb, which they named Little Boy and Fat Man. These bombs had the potential to wipe out a city in seconds. So, the US bombers fly over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they drop their payloads. Now, to completely annihilate the cities, they had to hit in a very specific point, which they did achieve, achieving maximum casualties. Over 300,000 civilians and military personnel were either killed or very, very severely wounded in the blasts. Now, this is the first and last time anyone has used atomic weapons in wartime. We were close to using it during the Cuban Missile Crisis, but we didn't. So, with the A-bombs falling on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, the Japanese emperor didn't want to take the risk because an invasion of Japan would have crippled it and sent it into a state like Korea, where you've got a communistic north and a capitalistic south. So he signed an unconditional surrender. He'd ended the war on September 2nd, 1945. The world was now at peace. For now. Now, with the Battle of Berlin video, I ended off with Churchill doing his speech. Now I'm going to do the US President doing his speech on VJ Day. But before I leave the President to it, I just want to say this is the end of the World War II series. I will go back and do minor points of World War II once I've finished all the series, but I don't know if I'm still in the camera or not. I will try and post every single one of my thumbnails up there so you can take your fancy and just see what you like and go check it out. So, that has been it for the World War II series. My next series will be World War I. With it being 100 years and all, I thought it might be a bit wrong to do the history of Russia. So, I will see you next week with the beginnings of World War I.
Received this afternoon a message from the Japanese government in reply to the message forwarded to that government by the Secretary of State on August 11th. I deem this reply a full acceptance of the Potsdam Declaration, which specifies the unconditional surrender of Japan. In the reply, there is no qualification. Arrangements are now being made for the formal signing of the surrender terms at the earliest possible moment. General Douglas MacArthur has been appointed the Supreme Allied Commander to receive the Japanese surrender. Great Britain, Russia, and China will be represented by high-ranking officers. Meantime, the Allied armed forces have been ordered to suspend offensive action. The proclamation of VJ Day must await upon the formal signing of the surrender terms by Japan.